Hi, I'm Bill Sellers. Welcome to Proctor Hospital. This is your nurse call. The primary patient interface for the nurse call is the pillow speaker. You'll find a little cross, white cross on a red field. When the patient depresses that, a green call assurance light lights on the front of the pillow speaker, as well as a red LED on the patient station. There's also a tone that confirms that the call has been placed with the desk. Outside in the corridor, a corridor lamp is lit and it's white. Now, when you walk into the room, you can cancel the call by walking up to the patient station and hitting the cancel button on the face of the station. When that occurs, the dome light outside in the hallway will shut off, as well as the call station is now ready to accept another call from the pillow speaker. The pillow speaker also has several other functions in the room. The pillow speaker is used to control the television set, much like you do at home, using a standard keyboard for entry, or you can use up-down channel selection, and you can also control the volume of the TV. We also have buttons that control the sconce lighting in the room contained on the front of the pillow speaker. Now, just like the TV remote controls that you have at your home, these controls operate with an LED infrared. So you have to make sure that the pillow speaker is pointed at the TV in order for it to operate properly. If you have a patient who complains that the pillow speaker isn't controlling the TV, first make sure that the patient is pointing the pillow speaker at the TV, and then make sure that the drapes are closed if it's a bright sunny morning, and then call maintenance if you have a further problem. Okay? Our next item on the pillow speaker is a button that's labeled Assist. The Assist button allows you to call a staff emergency to get lifting help or other kinds of assistance. When you press the green button on the face of the station, you get a call assurance tone and an LED lights beside the station button. When you come into the room to answer an assist call, and that could be a lifting assist or anything else along those lines, just press cancel, and the green light outside and the dome light will extinguish. On the opposite side, we've got a red button, and that's labeled emergency. When you press that button, it beeps at a higher level. And that's if you walk into an acute emergency that's maybe a subcode blue, but it's anything up to that where you need immediate assistance from staff. And that's got a high flash rate out in the hallway, and it makes a lot of noise at the nurse's station. Again, when you arrive in the room, press cancel, and the call light goes off, and the call is extinguished at the nurse's station. If you walk into a patient room and you find that the patient is unresponsive, there's a code blue button. Code blue is the highest priority call that we have on the system. It lights a blue dome light out in the hallway, and it has the highest tone flash rate at the nurse's station. Again, tones also broadcast in all staff duty stations, and they show up on all annunciators on the system. When you walk into the room, tend to the patient, and hit cancel. That's it for the buttons on the front of the station. Alright, when serving the patient room, be careful when you remove the plugs that are plugged into the patient station. This plug is the pillow speaker plug. Remember our little friend? When you disconnect the pillow speaker, an automatic call is placed on the system, and it's called a cord out call. And that call comes into the master station, and it lights a light out in the corridor. The pins itself on the plug are aligned in two rows. There's 18 pins total. When you put the plug back into the patient station, make sure that it's lined up straight before you press the plug in. But before you do that, you have to reset the patient station. To do that, you hit the cancel button once, and then press and hold the cancel button for 4 beeps. All the lights on the patient station will flash as the station resets itself. Once the lights have returned on the bottom, you can carefully align the plug with the 18 pins and plug it back in, and now the system is ready to accept patient calls once again. And again, we cancel. Adjacent to that is a 37-pin Hill-Rom connector that's connected to the patient bed. It's vitally important that you remember to unplug this before moving the bed for even the shortest of distances. When you unplug the 37-pin jack, pull straight out. Now notice on the inside, you can see there's 37 little pins. When that cord comes out, again we generate a cord out call back at the nurse's station, and our station is displaying that call here. Again, to reset the patient station, I hit cancel, and then I hit cancel again for a count of 4. Then the station runs through its reset cycle once again, and it's ready to accept a plug-in, or I can deploy a non-Hill-Rom bed in this room. But if I'm putting a Hill-Rom bed back in, again, carefully align the 37 pins and then press straight in. And once again now, the bed is able to place bed exit calls.
Stephanie to the desk for a phone call. Stephanie to the desk for a phone call.
Or accept any of the other alarm outputs placed by the patient bed. That's it. In order to properly connect a Posey bed exit or a chair alarm to the nurse call system, plug in a 1/4-inch jack to the nurse call port of the Posey bed exit. Once you've done that, and a patient has been properly oriented onto the device, it's armed and ready to go. The Posey device itself will generate its own independent alarm, but by connecting it to the nurse call system into the orange labeled jack that says bed exit, we're now able to generate a nurse call and a chair exit or a bed exit alarm. When the patient returns back onto the pad, the call is canceled, and the call is canceled in the nurse call system. A unique tone and light combination sounds outside in the hallway as well as here in the patient room as generated by the Posey device. If you're going to move the Posey device, simply unplug the device from the nurse call system and turn off the power on the Posey device. Then you can move the patient. Now, when you disconnect from the nurse call system, you'll generate a cord out alarm on the nurse call system. In order to remove that cord out call from the system, once again, press cancel, and then press and hold for 4 beeps. The station will reset and now can operate without a cord plugged in. That's it. This is an Abbott Plum infusion pump, typical here at Proctor Hospital. This pump has already been initialized, and now it's ready for connection to the nurse call system. To connect it to the nurse call system, there's a nurse call connection port on the side of the pump. Plug in the 1/4-inch jack to the nurse call input. Then, on the patient head wall, there is a blue labeled input that says IV pump. Put the cord in to the pump. Now, when the infusion pump generates an alarm, the nurse call system will repeat the alarm, will light a dome light out in the corridor, and it will sound at the nurse's master station with the room number and the fact that it's an IV pump alarm. The IV pump is an alarm, and the nurse call system has a call in it that says IV pump alarm, and it's giving the room number. Once the pump alarm has been cleared, the nurse call stops making its sounds, and the dome light out in the corridor is extinguished. If you decide to take the IV pump out of service in this room, first disconnect and turn off the IV pump. When that's done, remove the 1/4-inch cord from the nurse call system. Notice that a cord out alarm goes off in the nurse call system. In order to cancel that cord out call, press the cancel button once, remove your finger, and press and hold again for a 4 count. That simple step resets the nurse call station, and allows a new device to be connected or the room to be left alone as it stands.
This is your staff console for the nurse call system. It has a display and a handset to answer call lights. What it'll show is if a call light has been placed, for example, a normal patient call. You will have the bed number that is calling in, for example, room 430, bed 1. It tells you it's a patient normal call, and it tells you how long the call has been going on for. To answer the call, you may just pick up the handset and talk to the patient in the room. It will connect to the room.
Shannon to the
You will
nurse's station
see,
for a phone call. Shannon
for
to the nurse's
example,
station for a phone call.
4:30, bed 1, patient normal. Once you have talked to the patient, all you need to do is hang the phone up and the call light will be canceled. There is another button on the front of the patient station that is called Assist. It places a staff normal. It tells you the room number, 430, and it also shows you how long the call has been going on for. It is a green light above the door, so the display will show green for the background. You can connect to the room by picking up the handset, but you will not cancel the call from the desk. You have to go to the room and press the cancel button to cancel the call. There is the red emergency button on the front of the patient station, and it will generate a staff emergency, tells you the room number, tells you how long the call's been going off, and you can hear that the tone is different at the master. Same thing, you can pick the phone up and talk, but it will not cancel the call. You have to go to the room and push the cancel button on the station to cancel the call. The fourth and final button on the patient station is the code button. It is blue in the room, and it will show on the display as code, and it will be in blue. Tells you the room, what type of call it is, and tells you how long it's been going on. Once again, you can talk to the room, but you have to go to the room and press the cancel button to cancel the call. Also in the room, you have the 4 auxiliaries, and for the bed exit, it is the orange in the room, and it is set. It will tell you the room, bed exit, how long it's been going off, and it is in amber on the display. You have to go to the room to cancel the call. Then you have the other one that is medical device. Which is a light blue, and it says med device, and it tells you how long it has been going off. You have to go to the room and reset the device to cancel the call. Another one of the auxes is the IV pump. Tells you the room, IV pump, how long it's been going off, and once again you notice that the tone is different. It lights a single blue light above the door. You have to cancel the IV pump in order to cancel the call. And the final auxiliary is the PCA pump, which in turn is green, It tells you that it's the PCA pump. It is a single green light flashing above the door. Once again, you have to cancel the PCA pump to cancel the call. That is all of the calls that are at the head wall. There is one more call from the patient room, which is the laboratory call. It tells you the room, says lab emergency. It is also in a red background. It tells you how long the call's been going off, and it lights a single red light above the door. You have to go to the bathroom and physically push the cancel button to cancel the call. In order to make an overhead page through the nurse call system, you will need to press the audio button, then the page button, and on the display it says lift handset to page. Once you have lifted the handset, there is another button that says start page. Once you press the start page button, you may talk through the handset. Testing the overhead page. Once you are finished, press end page and hang the handset up, and you may press the time and it'll go back to the main display.